guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Pisces compatibility. So this is a corresponding video to Pisces in love. I'm just going to be talking about how Pisces kind of matches up with Aries through Pisces. And I'm going to do a little rundown for each of the matches, and then I'm going to rate it with either 1, 2, or 3 hearts. So 1 is like kind of the worst match in my personal opinion, and 3 is the best match. These descriptions too are just like my own thoughts on each of the matches, so don't get offended if I say, you know, Pisces and I don't even know, Cancer are a bad match, which they're not. Just consider that that's just one small part of astrology and it's not a part of the bigger picture, which is in the birth chart. So you know, this is just a little bit of information for you guys to work with, and you can use this for your sun, your moon, or your Venus. So if your Pisces isn't any of those, it could work for you. I kind of think of Venus being the best fit, but that's just me. So I am like super festive today. I've got my candy cane earrings, everything, which has absolutely nothing to do with this video because this video is not holiday themed. At all, so whatever. Let's get into this video and stop listening to me ramble. So we're gonna start right at the very beginning and do Pisces and Aries. And I gave this pairing 1 heart. So this can be a tough one, but it actually might start out really strong. First, when signs are next to each other, like Pisces is right next to Aries, you know, Aries is next to Pisces and Taurus, you get what I'm saying? There can be issues with the two of them getting along. Here, these two may have an interest in each other and a really initial excitement. Pisces may be attracted to Aries' zest for life, and you know, Aries might be intrigued by the mysteriousness that kind of surrounds Pisces. As a relationship progresses, Aries isn't the most nurturing type, and Pisces really requires that in a relationship. Aries, on the other hand, you know, they like their space, they kind of need their space, and Pisces, if they're interested in someone or in love with somebody, they're gonna want to spend a lot of time with their significant other. Taurus, I gave this pairing 3 hearts. This can be an easy pairing where right away the connection can just be felt. Things might feel more natural between the two. Both of them like to take things rather slowly, Taurus taking it a little more slowly than Pisces, but it's better that way as the two aren't really gonna rush each other into something that neither is quite ready for yet. Both can be sensual and romantic, but Pisces, woo! A little too much spiked eggnog. Just kidding. Both can be sensual and romantic, but Taurus tends to be more grounded and realistic about it, whereas Pisces is more into the fantasy of romance, and also considers emotions a big part of it. Taurus can handle the everyday things that Pisces hates, and Pisces can help Taurus experience life in a more spiritual and sensitive way. Taurus can be too stubborn for times at Pisces, and you know, they can be kind of stuck in a rut too at times. And Pisces can, you know, have their head a little bit too in the clouds and be a little oversensitive for Taurus. But ultimately, these two can have a really fun and romantic relationship with a lot of passion. It's like disgusting. Gemini, I gave this pairing 1 heart. These two can definitely spark an interest in one another, but it can be tough for the two of them to, you know, have a lasting relationship. Geminis are energetic, they like to explore, be social, and are typically more optimistic people. Just ran on a memory card and I'm like watching myself in this outfit, and I feel like I look like a football player, but moving along. Pisces are more laid back and they can kind of border on being a bit pessimistic due to deep feelings at times. Often Pisces enjoys being alone, whereas Gemini, like I said, can be really social and they really need a mental connection to be stimulated. You know, they prefer to connect through intellect, whereas Pisces prefers to connect through feelings and emotions. Pisces really needs a deep emotional connection, which Gemini, you know, probably won't be able to give them, and Gemini won't be able to get what they want from Pisces with that connection as well. It'll be hard for either to get what they're looking for from the other, though these two can actually probably make really good friends. Cancer, I gave this pairing 3 hearts. Here's a match where both feel at home, they both feel comfortable around one another. They'll be able to connect on a deep emotional level, and both can really provide the nurturing and affection that the other needs. Cancer tends to be fearful of rejection, which probably means that Pisces will pursue this relationship, which is the way that they both really like it. I mean, Cancer will pursue somebody, especially, you know, with a drink in hand if they're interested, but really they like to be pursued, and Pisces likes to, you know, likes the person that they're into to be like, they keep them on a pedestal. So they would rather pursue somebody than be pursued, I guess, for the most part. Cancer has that mothering quality that Pisces needs. And Pisces is romantic and understanding, and they can really make Cancer feel, you know, loved and appreciated. There might be moments when things get really intense for these two. Both also tend to retreat when times are tough. Cancer kind of hides in their shell, and Pisces retreats into their fantasy world. Sometimes issues can get left undealt with, which can cause problems moving forward, but ultimately these two will have a great understanding of one another, which can really help them succeed in their relationship. Leo, I gave this pairing 2 hearts. Here we go again with 2 people that really don't make sense when you first think about it, but they'll be drawn to each other and neither will quite be able to put a finger on the reason why. Firstly, we all know that Leo loves to be praised, they love to be admired, they love to be fawned over. They just love all that positive attention in their direction. When a Pisces is interested in somebody, like I just said earlier, they tend to put them on a pedestal and they really, admire them and fawn over them, praise them. See where I'm going with this? They like to feel that whoever they're with is kind of fulfilling a fantasy or maybe a little bit out of their league, somehow, a little bit off limits. Leo will lap that right up. And they can be quite affectionate themselves. Shh, don't tell. There'll be some issues with these two along the way. For one, Pisces can be, quite mysterious, a little bit secretive, and just flat out disappear from time to time. Leo can be a bit possessive and jealous. This will make them question their trust in Pisces and can spark anger out of Leo because they do have a bit of a temper. So that can definitely create issues with the really sensitive Pisces. Pisces, on the other hand, might not like how extravagant Leo can be. They sometimes just can't relate to Leo's need to have the finest of everything. They can both live on the edge happily together, but neither will be particularly great at handling, finances or day-to-day importances. So next we have Virgo, and I gave this pairing 2 hearts. Here we have our opposites, which, may stick to each other like magnets or go up in flames. These two are quite opposite where opposites are concerned. Virgos are a bit rigid, but really hardworking. Pisces are laid back, but they can also be a little bit lazy at times. Virgo can definitely take care of Pisces, and they actually tend to go after the damsels in distress, man or woman, it doesn't matter, but Virgo kind of likes to help people that seem like they need it. And Pisces can kind of sometimes be that person because, when they're at their low or vulnerable points, they tend to kind of flail a bit and need a little bit of help. Pisces, on the other hand, can be really fascinating to Virgo, who is typically all about order. They'll be able to lift Virgo's feet off the ground, figuratively speaking a little bit. These two can have a lot of fun diving into similar interests together. So now Virgos might get a little fed up with Pisces not doing their share, and relying on Virgo to take care of everything. Pisces might dislike how controlling Virgo can be and how they can be quite harsh with their criticisms, wounding very sensitive Pisces. So next we have Libra, and I gave this pairing 2 hearts. These two might seem like the perfect pairing, but they'll definitely have some roadblocks along the way. They're each really romantic, and Pisces can give Libra, that admiration that they need, crave, and want, and they won't have it any other way. Neither is actually great with commitment, which is kind of funny because both of them I would think of as being the most romantic signs in the zodiac. Libra's always looking for their Prince Charming or their dream girl, and they're the type that'll date many toads along the way to find that person. Pisces is really similar in that they don't really know what they want, and truly committing to someone can scare them, unless they're sure. But are they ever? Both will love the romance that the other one brings. And Libra will be very intrigued because Pisces can be very touch and go. They're fawning over them one minute, they're missing in action the next. Eventually, Libra and Pisces might have difficulty connecting emotionally. Pisces needs this, and where Libra's an air sign, they can feel a little bit awkward with emotions, deep emotions anyways. They'll kind of have trouble understanding each other completely, but they can definitely have a successful, happy relationship. So next, we have Scorpio, which I gave 3 hearts. Another comfortable meeting of the hearts, like Cancer and Pisces, where, they're all water signs. These two will definitely be able to connect immediately. Scorpio likes control, and Pisces will actually allow it for the most part, as long as it's not too intense. And if Scorpio feels like they have that control, they probably won't be super intense about it if they feel like, they kind of are getting what they wanted. The two can definitely come to a compromise where that's concerned. And Pisces will allow Scorpio to be the more controlling one in the relationship or the more dominant one in the relationship for the most part, as long as they have their time alone to spend by themselves, doing their own thing, living in their little, fairy tale world, and I don't mean that offensively. Just having time to themselves is important. Pisces can be secretive, as can Scorpio. They can both be very secretive. Scorpio's gonna love how mysterious Pisces is and how they're really gonna have to work hard to figure them out. Scorpio loves that. But who knows if that's ever gonna happen. And Pisces is also intrigued by that. The two will connect emotionally, and they might get a little bit dark or depressed, with both not being the best at getting out of more negative situations right away. Pisces will love how intense Scorpio is and how they always seem to have the answers. Scorpios always seem to have the answers to things, and they can know exactly what they want. Scorpio will like how open-minded Pisces is. The two might have issues with jealousy and secrets, but they love to ponder life together and explore the magical aspects of life. You know, the only issue is Scorpio can be a little bit harsh, whereas Pisces can be a bit passive aggressive. So when they do have some issues with jealousy and secrets, it might take a while to get resolved. Next we have Sagittarius, and I gave this pairing 1 heart. Sagittarius can be quite blunt, and Pisces, you know, tend to be fragile creatures. These two will love diving, you know, into the deep depths of why life is the way it is, and they might have similar, you know, interests that will help them connect on a mental level. Pisces can get depressed at times, and Sagittarius can be optimistic at heart and quite funny, which can be really helpful for Pisces. Pisces might keep Sagittarius's fickle attention for a beat longer than some of the other zodiac signs, but it's going to be tough for the two to stick it out for the long run. Neither is the most responsible, and they can both be the type to always be looking for that greener grass when their own lawn desperately needs to be cut. Terrible analogy, I know. Sagittarius won't be able to take care of Pisces, and Pisces won't be able to deal with Sagittarius' harsh side. Card again filled. I don't understand why. Okay. Jesus Christ. Hate this fucking stool. So next we have Capricorn, and I actually give this pairing 3 hearts. So Capricorn and Pisces might find that they hit it off right away, understand each other easily. Pisces can be more on the emotional side, and you know, they tend to be more dependent, which Capricorn actually likes. Pisces will like the Capricorn takes care of them and keeps them safe from the cruel, harsh world. Capricorn is really good at dealing with the realities of life, and when I say that, I mean like bills, finances, making appointments, like stuff, I don't know, applying for jobs, like the stuff that Pisces just finds very dull and boring. And Pisces is good at not letting Capricorn be so serious all the time and just too much into everyday stresses. They can help Capricorn get in touch with their emotional side, and you know, it can be very interesting to Capricorn. If they can balance each side with neither taking more than they give, it can be a really great match. The only thing is, like, sometimes it might be tough for them to connect on that emotional level, but again, Capricorn is open to it. They are just so afraid of expressing themselves, but they're open to connecting on that level. It's just hard for them. Next we have Aquarius, which I gave 1 heart. So this is going to be a difficult match. These two are really intrigued by each other at first. Pisces, like I keep saying, can be a bit of a mystery to figure out, and Aquarius loves to analyze people. They love to try to figure people out. You know, Pisces can be a bit of an enigma, and Aquarius will be very drawn to that. Pisces is going to like how Aquarius has a bit of an edge to them and knows how to have fun and be, you know, kind of like the life of the party. Ultimately though, Pisces is very sensitive, as again I keep saying. They want to be with somebody that they can connect with on that level. Aquarius is not going to be able to provide that to Pisces in most circumstances. Obviously other parts in their chart can, but we're not really talking about that right now. Pisces is going to want more from Aquarius, and Aquarius will kind of want less from Pisces. They'll want their space. Pisces will want them not to have so much space, and it's just going to create a lot of tension. Lastly, we have Pisces, 2 hearts. So here we have same. These two are going to be able to understand each other in ways that other signs cannot. And I mean ways that other same signs together cannot understand each other. They're both intuitive, empathetic, understanding, perhaps a bit psychic. So there might be a connection between the two of them that nobody outside of that relationship can even come close to understanding. There'll be love, romance, mystery, excitement, like all the things that you see in a, you know, romantic movie. And they'll have this ability to escape together and live in a reality that is all their own and really not a reality at all. So here's the issue. Both can kind of fall into negative patterns, and both can kind of be dependent when they're really into somebody. If one goes down a bad path, the other might just go right along with them, and they might kind of feed off of this to each other and not really help each other get back into a positive situation. They may just get into a relationship that can be too codependent and be, you know, unhealthy, and to the point where it's just not beneficial for either of them. This match could really work out if both are in good places, kind of have like a steady head on their shoulders, but it's a very fragile pairing. And this relationship isn't just going to teeter on the edge if it's in a bad place like some other pairings, but it's going to jump off the cliff together hand in hand. And I know that's very dramatic, but 2 Pisces together can just be very intense. It can be good, but it can definitely go sour and get scary and bad just like that. So that is Pisces Compatibility, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down below what you thought. I will probably not be doing this series next week because I was actually thinking about doing some horoscopes for the month of January. I've never done that on my channel. So if it doesn't work out, then I will do Aries in love next week. But if it does work out, then look for those videos next week. I've just been really into it lately, and I kind of wanted to try that and see what you guys thought. So yeah, that is pretty much it, and I will see you in my next video, whatever that may be. Have a great Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or just have a really good weekend, and I will see you soon. So have a good day or night.